Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about procrastination, and I'm with Stupid. First, I'm going to talk about procrastination. Enjoy. The episode starts at Mrs. Puff's boating school, where SpongeBob's class receives an assignment for an 800-word essay on what not to do at a stoplight, due the following morning. SpongeBob cannot wait to get started and, upon arriving home, prepares his materials and workspace. However, he has trouble thinking of what to write, and gets distracted by seeing his friends playing outside. Time passes as SpongeBob tries to create the right mood for writing. He does some calisthenics, feeds Gary, cleans his kitchen, and takes copious breaks in between. It eventually becomes clear that SpongeBob is only looking for excuses to avoid the essay. Even Patrick points it out when SpongeBob calls to chat with him in the middle of the night. While wasting more time deciding on the proper bread to use for making himself a sandwich, SpongeBob hears a knock at the door and rushes to greet the mailman delivering a package. When SpongeBob attempts to engage in small talk, the mailman cuts him off and suggests that SpongeBob has an essay to write. Suspicious, SpongeBob slowly heads back inside to find a newscaster on TV reporting on SpongeBob's unfinished essay. He soon discovers that many of his possessions, now suddenly alive, are conspiring against him to prevent the completion of his work. Their interference results in SpongeBob getting locked outside without his pants. At that moment, the flame from a candle comes alive and burns his paper and sets fire to his house, which, also suddenly alive, begs SpongeBob as it burns to stop wasting time. Finally waking up and realizing much of his procrastination was part of a nightmare, SpongeBob looks first at his woefully incomplete essay, then at the clock, marking 5 minutes before class time. In desperation, he suddenly realizes that everything he did or imagined doing up to that point was something that should not be done at a stoplight, and so he quickly writes it all down to fulfill the 800-word requirement. Excitedly bringing the finished essay to school, SpongeBob finds the classroom empty. Mrs. Puff arrives and explains that she tried to call SpongeBob to give him an update. Due to a teacher's convention she must attend, Mrs. Puff has cancelled the assignment and will instead take the class on a field trip the following week to see a stoplight. Left behind with his big smile frozen in place when he realized that he crammed in vain for no reason to complete his assignment, SpongeBob then rips his essay in half before he splits himself in half, ending the episode. Next, I'm going to talk about I'm with Stupid. Enjoy. SpongeBob, hoping to go jellyfishing with Patrick, finds him frantically cleaning up his home and making furniture out of sand. In distress, Patrick informs SpongeBob that the following day is Starfish Day, and his parents are planning to visit. Patrick sadly reveals that his parents consider him to be quite unintelligent, and he can't bring himself to face their condescension. Patrick and SpongeBob come up with a plan. SpongeBob will act like an idiot so Patrick's parents will see their son as comparatively smarter, which Patrick readily accepts. The next day, a married starfish couple arrives at Patrick's house, and Patrick thinks they are his parents. Patrick shows them inside his house, where they proceed to treat him like a child after he brings them drinks. Outside, after Gary questions SpongeBob about pretending to be stupid and SpongeBob wonders what would go wrong, he soon makes his entrance, wearing his karate helmet to look stupid and acting in a strange manner. As Patrick's parents look upon SpongeBob's peculiar antics, they start to give Patrick a lot more credit for keeping his supposedly stupid friend in check. At dinner, as SpongeBob's shenanigans escalate, Patrick begins to lob personal insults at him for his parents' amusement. This annoys SpongeBob so much that he brings Patrick to the kitchen to talk. As it turns out, Patrick has begun to forget that SpongeBob is only pretending to be an idiot, now believing that SpongeBob really is stupid. SpongeBob confronts Patrick in the kitchen over forgetting the plan, but Patrick refuses to believe him and assumes he was only imagining the whole thing. Patrick then bets SpongeBob can impress his parents better than him, and SpongeBob vows to prove so and gives Patrick his helmet. SpongeBob confesses to Patrick's parents that he is not really an idiot and was only behaving like one so that they would appreciate Patrick more, but to no avail, as Patrick's parents think that Patrick coached SpongeBob into mimicking basic skills such as talking in complete sentences and even math. Their derision and laughter bring SpongeBob to where he can't take it anymore, driving him insane and screams at the top of his lungs and crash through the wall in Patrick's house to get out. With no idiot present, Patrick's parents praise him on his newfound intelligence, But, when they state their names to be Janet and Marty, Patrick, suddenly confused and outraged, realizes that they are not his real parents, they are just two random starfish, and demands to know who these strangers are. Janet says, "Marty, I'm scared," but just before things could get any worse, Squidward comes to Patrick's house with two other starfish, who have been asking him for Patrick all day, which has been driving Squidward nuts. Patrick happily recognizes the starfish couple as his real parents, and they are happy to see him as well, especially with his pants on. At that moment, Janet and Marty then come to the fact that they don't even have a son, and they leave Patrick to share a laugh with his real family, just as the rock closes on them while the episode ends. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.